So after a crazy first match, right?
Yeah.
First off, did you hear his elbow?
I don't know if I heard it or something, or if it was my knees bouncing off the mat or something. But I think I did. I'm not sure. That's part of the game of wrestling. I got hurt too before this, my elbow, so it's part of wrestling.
First one was a wild one, though.
Yeah,
you had to come from behind, right?
First one was cool, yeah. First one was exciting. That's Austin Nutter. He's an explosive kid. He's going to go for throws. I'm a little lanky. I know how to use my hips, so, I floated some of them. Got into a body lock position with him and capitalized on it. Took him down.
What were prominent thoughts in your head coming out of that match as you prepared for match 2?
Prominent match. I feel like I don't need to take it that long, second period, all the way. I think I could have teched him, for my parterre. I do have an elbow injury a little bit, so it was hard for me to get to my parterre positions. But, just capitalize on his mistakes.
And he's a guy that you've wrestled frequently, that you had close matches with. What do you know coming into the match that you have to expect from him, and what positions are he the best in?
Nutter, once again, he's a very explosive kid. He likes to throw from any position, every position. He has really good parterre. So coming into this, I was going to make sure he couldn't get into his right side lift. If he tries to attempt those throws, step around and capitalize on mistakes.
And during that first match, you're sitting right in front of your family. They're very vocal, very supportive of you.
Yeah.
What does it mean having being able to hear them possibly during the match?
My wife and my mom I wouldn't trade them for anything in this world. They're my biggest fans, and just them two alone are like 100 fans. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, and I can hear them. So, thank you I thank them every day for their support, and their positivity helps me a lot.
Talk about Nutter being explosive. How big is it to get the second win, so you don't have to worry about a third, like let her go home kind of match?
Yeah, I did not want to make this go to the third match. He's a really good kid. I've known Nutter since he was 16, 17 years old, coming up to Northern Michigan University. So, I was one of the senior guys. He was one of the young guys, so I mentored him. And look at him today. He's one of the top guys in the U.S. So, good for him.
What's that like to compete with a guy that you mentored back in the day, had this kind of stage?
It's amazing. Every quad you see new upcoming guys. Meet up with these senior guys that's been here for years, like myself, and it's great seeing a former teammate of mine.
You felt the best guys in the world. What will it take for yourself to get on the podium?
I think so. Coming into the World Championships, obviously I'm gonna get back on the mat after maybe a week break. Get back on the mat, work on my little mistakes. Probably work a little more on parterre, capitalizing on mistakes, throwing, all that stuff. And mostly I think it's my mental game. Coming into the Olympic Championships 2 years ago, I think I was just so hyped and, such a build-up. It was 2 years in the making, and I was just so mentally not prepared. I think I was just so excited to be there. And this time coming around, I'm matured and I'm, calming down and making sure my mentality game is there.
Beat the Streets puts on an amazing event here at Madison Square Garden, Hulu Theater. What's it like to be in New York City and Beat the Streets putting on such an event?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It feels great, having wrestling be part of this. It's growing the sport, and having it here in Madison Square Garden, the biggest, theater, right, in the country, or biggest arena in the country. And, I'm glad wrestling can make it up here, and we're promoting the sport.
Talking about growing the sport, D'Angelo talked about it the other day. How big is it for Greco to get his name out there more, and for just you guys to kind of push that?
Yeah, Greco doesn't have too much support other than WCAP program, Northern Michigan University program, and not even that. We don't get his funding like the other guys, freestyle guys. Like D'Angelo said, we're like a second class, person in this sport. But that only comes with change and medals, more medals, and like what you saw today, all this high-flying Greco stuff. You guys were excited. You guys thought that was cool, right? So that's going to bring, hopefully, more people into the game.
Can you talk about the WCAP program a little bit? Like, What's the life like? I mean, you're in the Army. You're a soldier, right?
Yes, I'm a soldier first, athlete second. The World Class Athlete Program allows us to, be, there's like multiple sports in the World Class Athlete Program, and allows us to do that. Financially, they support us. We get all the benefits as other soldiers does. And it's a great program for us wrestlers because we don't have to think in the back of our mind how much money we got to save up at the end of the day, or how am I buying my house or anything like that. We're all taken care of at WCAP.
What about for your career in the Army, if you choose that?
Yeah, so my military occupation is military police. After I'm done wrestling, probably got a couple more years in me, but after I'm done wrestling, for sure I'm gonna give it my full 20 years in the military and get back into my military occupation.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.